Good morning, friends. I hope you're having a great day out there in your gardens. Today we're going to be planting more of my favorite perennial cut flower, lady's mantle. I thought I would take you on a brief garden tour before we plant up some lady's mantle right next to the garden library. We have all of the beautiful purples, pinks, and chartreuse greens blooming at the moment. And you know, I cannot have enough lady's mantle in the garden. I love the gray-green foliage, I love the scalloped leaves, and I love these lime green blooms. Whenever I hear people talking about adding sparkle and whimsy into a bouquet, I always think of lady's mantle blooms. And don't they pair beautifully with peonies, geraniums, catmint, and foxglove? Over the weekend, I did a bunch of peony bouquets for a rehearsal dinner, and I was going back and forth with the customer on whether or not she would like lady's mantle paired with her peonies. Now, we eventually decided to just go with peonies and peony foliage, but that conversation made me realize that I really need more lady's mantle. Now, whenever I go looking for lady's mantle at the nursery, I can almost never find any, and sometimes when I do find it, it's listed as a shade perennial. However, I've been growing lady's mantle for about 15 years in full sun in south central Pennsylvania with no problems at all. And I even find that when you grow it in full sun in our area, the blooms stand upright better. Now here's a look from inside the library. I think this is going to look really beautiful with the lady's mantle bloom spilling over the stones. And here's what it looks like on the other side. I think, you know, maybe 1, 2, maybe even 3 going this direction would be nice. But anyway, I'm thankful for the 4 that I found today. So let's go ahead and plant these and see how it looks. Let me actually take these out of the garden for a second so you can see what it looks like without them. I've had this area open all year long, and ever since I installed the book Nook, I've been saying that I wanted to mass plant lady's mantle underneath all of these incredible hydrangeas. And now that I see this area starting to mature, I don't think I need all that lady's mantle, but I do think I need to soften the stones right next to the library and maybe even soften these front stones next to the first 2 incredibles with some more lady's mantle. But let's plant these 4 for today and see how we like it. Actually, I know I'm going to like it because this is my favorite cut flower to grow, and I just love that it works in sun and shade. What do you think, Grace? Grace, look, you're in shade and sun. Gracie, do you grow in sun or shade? Great talk. I just love this time of year in the garden. The purples, the pinks, and the lime greens. And I think what I really love is that the white hydrangeas are still lime green. So you're just getting so much lime green at all of these different varying heights, so many different lime colored textures in the garden. It's just a wonderful time of year. I think we could fill in right here with something. I think I had more dianthus there, but that's kind of Grace's route to go drink from the fountain. So we're missing some plant material right there at the moment. But you know, look at this incredible hydrangea. It's still lime green. I think this is a snowball oak leaf hydrangea, and it's still green. Here comes Gracie. Let's take a closer look at this foxglove. I don't think it was in bloom last week. It's called Arctic Fox Rose digitalis. Doesn't it look lovely next to this bowl of beauty peony? Come on, Gracie, let's show them the larkspur. Here we have the QIS dark blue larkspur. And the other day I picked up this pot at an antique store. I'm not sure if I like it on the stones. Maybe I should just set it on the ground a while. But I put a creme de cassis dahlia in here. And also some purple verbena. I think 2 weeks ago I had mentioned that I wasn't sure what was going to happen with the cascading hydrangeas that I attempted to overwinter in the Henry Studio pots. The good news is that most of them do have blooms, but I'm not sure if they are still going to cascade over the pots like I've seen in the photographs, because I do have one over in the driveway garden that didn't die back to the ground, and that one still has a very large arching weeping habit to it. However, that one doesn't have any blooms on it. So this is definitely a learning experience with these cascading hydrangeas, but at least they survived in the pots. That's definitely saying something. So let's just let those go and watch and see what happens. I think tomorrow I'll try to pick up at least one, if not two more ladies' mantles at Ken's Gardens. Now, I love the way this plant looks here. It blends in with the existing garden. It doesn't take away from the hydrangeas. It's just a nice, subtle, soft texture next to the rocks. I'm not sure what I'll do right here. Maybe I'll put, I don't know, what do you guys think? Some lime-colored hellebores? But anyway, on this side, I thought one might suffice, but I think we really need at least 2 or 3 on this side as well. But I'll make that a project for tomorrow. I don't believe I filmed this, but I also cut back all of my daffodil foliage in between all of our incredible hydrangeas. It's currently June 2nd, and last year I cut them back even earlier. I think I cut them back the final week of May, and that worked out well for me. When I originally designed this area, I just wanted something simple and peaceful that was a hideaway. And when I think about a book nook inside a home, I think about a small hideaway where you can escape from the world. A place where when you sit down in that nook with your book, no one can see you. That's what I was trying to accomplish out here in the garden, and I think we're getting really close. We might just need to give things one more year to fill in, because I hope I space these appropriately, and I hope that they will touch and form a circular hedge around us and really nook us in to this book nook. Here's an update on the rose garden and all of our lily successions. What I did earlier this week is I planted all of my peach and orange dahlias in between the small Charlene DeMonico roses. And we do have a few blooms on some of the plants. Oh, they're so beautiful. I do have a lot of sawfly damage and powdery mildew, and I want to deal with these things organically. A few people mentioned that if I spray the plant down with fish emulsion, that helps. So far I'm just selectively pruning out some of the sawfly damage and going in with a fish emulsion. So we'll see how that works. But we're still going to have a lot of cut flower successions in this garden. We have Eastern Moon Lily. We have a light pink, well, pinky yellow sunflower in the back. Then we're going to have all those peach dahlias. We'll have a decent rose show this year, but you know, sleep, creep, leap. We'll have to give it 2 more years until things really kick into high gear. I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to show you a spectacular lily display back here in the raised beds, because as soon as one is ready, I cut it and put it at the flower stand. So even this one right here, there's been 3 that have colored up so far, and I've already sold those in a bouquet. The Cerinthe Major has started to bloom, and how wonderful that a bumblebee came to visit us this evening. Now, even if you don't like cut flowers, even if you don't want to sell cut flowers, please consider growing this plant from seed. These seeds are so big, they're so easy to plant, and the plant is just stunning. So lots of different lily successions. This one is coming on first. And then over here at the work table, I decided to just embrace the fact that it's a work table. And I put some pots of geranium, scented geranium, pansies, and that weeping butterfly bush in a pot here on the table. And I'm really loving how that looks. What do you guys think about that? Love that so much. Now it's getting quiet this evening. Golden hour is upon us. The feverfew has started to bloom. I think I see a little carpet beetle here. These are usually gone by the morning, so I can harvest those in the morning. I don't think I ever pointed out this shrub before. I believe this is called Aphrodite sweet shrub. Right now I would say it's about 5.5 feet tall. Amazing maroon blooms, and I would say they smell like vanilla extract. You know why I love this garden? It's done. I can just sit back, relax. It has built-in successions. I would say the only thing I'm worried about still is the hydrangea borer. We'll see what happens. If you've had severe damage from hydrangea borer, especially to older hydrangeas, please let me know how you handled that. I certainly would appreciate it. I'm really happy with how the new bistro area is looking. This garden is brand new, so it's much smaller than all the other gardens. Grace, I think I see a ball on the bistro table. I love this white lobelia, and I'm kicking myself for not purchasing more of it when I was at the nursery. When I was there today, I didn't see any left. I only saw the blue variety. Thank you so much for joining me today. Just a simple video, planting a few things, but you know what? Planting one thing in the garden, a perennial that's a great cut flower, that is a lifetime of joy. I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.